So, Sony did something lame with their PC ports again. Gee, who saw that coming? In case you've been living under the Titanic, Sony's been getting a lot of heat from PC gamers over the last year-ish due to their forced integration of the PlayStation Network into their games, meaning if you live in a region where PSN is not supported, of which there are many regions, you just can't have these games anymore. And we're talking all the games, as in all offline single-player games that are supposedly Sony's bread and butter. Those PC ports just aren't available in regions where there isn't PSN support, which is stupid. What's also stupid is the simple fact that forced third-party account integration is something that PC gamers begrudgingly put up with for a while. But nowadays, opinions are extremely negative towards them, especially when you ask us to make brand new ones. They're annoying, they're unnecessary, and they legitimately offer nothing in return to the consumer after you give them your money and personal information to make the account. PSN accounts do not make the experience any better. It's not like it makes the experience any more secure because these are offline single player games, and the only actual noticeable effects of integrating PSN with Steam are the fact that the game was pulled from almost 200 regions and players now have to trust their information to Sony, a company that's proven several times in the past to not be all that careful with things like personal information. But the other day, Sony did something that kind of flew under the radar, and you didn't really see many people reporting on it or paying much attention to it because several other things were going on that same day. Xbox had their developer showcase and shadow dropped Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which was the most aggressively I've ever dropped everything I was doing and cleared my schedule for a video game. I'll let you decide down in the comments whether I made a fool of myself or not by doing that, because at the time that I'm writing this part of the video, the install of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black isn't finished yet, so it could be a big pile of poopy diapers and I cleared my schedule for nothing, but I just don't know yet. But also, yesterday, Ninja Gaiden 4 was announced, that's cool. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 dropped on PC, that's cool. The Circana sales numbers for December 2024 came out, those were interesting. We got a bunch of new Doom gameplay that made everyone simultaneously piss themselves. It was a big day on January 23rd, okay? I don't blame you for missing the news that Sony decided to retroactively region lock Horizon Forbidden West on PC, which launched in March of 2024 and didn't actually need PSN integration, and still doesn't require PSN integration, meaning it was for sale in regions where PSN wasn't supported until now, and countries without PSN support could actually play this PlayStation game on PC until now, even though the game still does not require a PSN account. Sony, what are you doing? According to this article of coverage that was published yesterday by PC Gamer, who actually covered the news accurately for once. Everyone clap quietly to yourselves. The news outlet actually covered the news. Sony quietly region-locked Horizon Forbidden West and removed it from all regions of the world where PSN is not supported, despite the fact that this game does not actually require PSN. Yeah. Forbidden West is one of the few PlayStation ports that doesn't actually require a PSN account, probably because it launched like a month after the Helldivers 2 fiasco, so it remained unscathed by Sony's horrible PSN policies. Until now. So apparently, and this may or may not be reversed by the time you're watching the video, I'm seeing conflicting reports on whether or not this was actually reversed, but despite the fact that Forbidden West does not require a PSN account, it's now being region locked from the countries that don't have PSN support, which means Sony truly does not care about expanding their reach despite being obsessed with juicing PSN stats. Like, really think about this. The game does not require PSN at time of writing. You do not have to make an account to play the game. And even if you wanted to retroactively add PSN accounts to this game, you wouldn't be making any additional PSN members out of that, because it's not like you're expanding the supported PSN country list in the process, you know what I mean? So we're not expanding the number of countries with PSN support, we're not adding mandatory PSN accounts to the game, we're just taking the game away from a whole bunch of regions for literally no reason. The only thing that would happen if you kept this game up is that you would continue to make money off of it. But not only is that not enough for Sony, it's actively a bad thing to them because they're not keeping the game up. They're not interested in making money off of it over time. They are genuinely only interested in selling games to the countries where PSN is currently supported, because they genuinely do not give a shit about expanding PSN into those regions. Like, what really kills me about this is the fact that the region locking thing did not come with PSN account forcing. The game still does not require a PSN account, and yet they had the list of countries where PSN is not supported. They had that region block list locked and loaded and ready to go anyways. Really, the only way to interpret this is that Sony is gearing up to make PSN accounts mandatory retroactively on their PC ports. They are fully aware of the fact that nobody likes this and nobody wants it, but they're still going to retroactively add it to PC games, even if the PC game came out during the Helldivers fiasco. And since we're talking about the Helldivers fiasco, let's revisit that for a second. Sony got in trouble for trying to shove PSN accounts into regions where they weren't supported, which basically hard-locked the game for everyone who had already bought it in those regions, because Steam is available in way more regions than PSN is. So there were a whole bunch of people who bought Helldivers 2 and then had the game locked because Sony decided to force in mandatory PSN accounts in countries where PSN is not supported. That was the reason for them publishing this giant apology and saying, oh, we'll do better, we're so sorry about that. And I've seen tons of people try to argue that Sony requiring PSN accounts from day one on new PC games is okay and does not contradict this giant apology, and that like the only bad thing to these people about PSN accounts in PC games is if the PSN account takes a game away from someone who already had it. And that Sony technically didn't lie in this big apology following the Helldivers 2 thing, because they're not retroactively taking, God of War Ragnarok or Spider-Man 2 away from people, because the PSN syncing is from day one on those games. It's not taking games away from people, so PSN is actually okay on PC games. Well, to those people who've been making that argument, I sure would like to know where the fuck you are right now, because this is literally the same thing as the Helldivers fiasco. This is the exact same thing, except it's even stupider because PSN accounts aren't even required for the game this time around. It's just Sony saying fuck off to all the people who only have the option to buy the game and not give them their personal information on other PlayStation games. Money is literally not enough anymore to them. If they can't have your personal information, they want you to fuck right off, and they will tell you to your face now. And I think that's actually what this is about. If Sony was going to shove PSN requirements into this game retroactively, I feel like they would have just ripped the band-aid off and done it all at the same time as the region locking. And I could be wrong. They could have added PSN accounts to it, but like by the time the video goes up, at the time that I'm recording this video though, PSN is still not required for this game on PC, but they're region locking the non-PSN countries anyways. So I think this region locking is actually a sign of something stupider. If you live in a region where PSN is not supported, your lineup of PlayStation games on PC is limited compared to the regions that do have PSN. And if Sony intends on continuing the PSN requirements on PC games going forward, that means your library of PlayStation games on PC is going to stay the size it is right now for the foreseeable future. So why would Sony give a shit about you? You've maxed out the amount of money you can give to them, you've maxed out your helpfulness to them, so why not just tell you to eat shit and fuck yourself? I mean, Sony's been telling you to fuck yourself with PSN up to this point. They might as well get more blatant about it. They don't want you to support their older games. They only want your support if they know for an absolute fact that you have the ability to buy their new games. Never mind the fact that they could just give you the ability to buy their new games, but they won't do that for some reason. They don't give a shit about preserving their library worldwide unless they know that you can give them money in the future, and yet they still can't be fucked to expand PSN support to your region so you can give them money in the future. Like, if this is their attitude, they might as well just tell you to fuck off more clearly, right? Because refusing to release new games in your region isn't enough. They have to retroactively take games away from your region, despite there truly being no reason for it, because this game still does not require a PSN account. I cannot hammer that home enough. It's not just that they won't give you PSN support or new PlayStation games. They actively do not want your business if you can't make a PSN account. Sony has 3 choices here. They can either make money and make PSN accounts by just, increasing the regions that are supported by PSN. That's option 1. Option 2 is they don't expand the regions of PSN, in which case games like this will make them money but no PSN account bump. Or option 3, they make no money and no PSN accounts. They are choosing option 3. Sony, I don't know what to say to you anymore. This doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, and hey, did you hear that the Horizon MMO is supposedly canceled now as well? Gosh, I sure do love how much Sony cares about maintaining their properties. Oh, and also, hey, do you remember how the former PlayStation boss said he was surprised at how low the sales were for Forbidden West? Well, it's just, shoot, we better do everything in our power to keep those numbers as low as fucking possible, am I right? Man, it's a bummer that game didn't sell more copies. What if we just pulled it from sale for no fucking reason? Like, what is this? What is happening right now? I swear, every single time Sony does fucking anything, it is baffling. And if you're a PlayStation fan, what is in your pipeline right now? What do you have that makes all of this write-offable? You know what I mean? What do you have that makes this excusable? What do you have that makes this all worth it? What do you have that makes you look the other way with behavior like this and disrespect to the consumer like this? What does your platform have? Is it anything? Because I kind of don't think it's anything anymore. Oh my god. Okay. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm making this video on a bit of a time crunch, and the Doofus Club hasn't changed since the last time I recorded the video, so we're just going to do another Doofus Club remastered, Doofus Club rehydrated, Doofus Club black. Okay, this is the Doofus Club again. It's the Doofus Club. Here we go. Biscuit 1101 Firestorm 2056. I am currently working on Joe's persona. Be afraid. Don't worry, I am. Jessica Shepard, Chris Void, Pope Raphael the Rat King. Joe is secretly a furry. Where's your fursuit? Riki Spiral, Blast 1314, Techmanix, at Omega Muskie. I could have bought a Fredo instead of this. I'm glad you did this instead. Karumi the Steel Angel, you are a sad, strange little doofus. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Smash Jump, Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron von Vaderham, the Silver Dragon, Cyrus. Joe said it close enough. Every once in a while I have to check some of these to make sure I remember what they are. That PC Mike vid turned him into Joe from a distance. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll be more careful about that in the future. Sensu no Kage, True Texican 940, Hinoga's #1 Saudi fan, Saving for a Motorcycle, Creed Warrior 23, Raptor 1, Max Chev, Devastator 2000, Wild Gamer 3001, Partial Mean 8, Totally Insane, Chap, YT only allows 2 name changes in 14 days. Yeah, I might rethink how I'm doing the Doofus Club, because I've been getting a lot of DMs from people being like, what the fuck, I can't change my name anymore, and that kind of kills the joke of the Doofus Club shoutouts. That, the joke that you guys have invented for yourselves, because I didn't think this was going to happen. Yeah, I'm starting to brainstorm different ways to do the Doofus Club shoutouts, because I want to keep doing them. I want to keep shouting you guys out, but I want to make sure that YouTube isn't getting their foot in the way of everything. I'll figure it out. Vendetta, Altri, Vox Alto, Anon Voila, Night of Cypher, Black Cobra, Game Showcases, Cloaked Onyx. I own 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray. Rapid Mew with the fan art, Nick Ox, ML04, Don't Step on Snake, Gaming with Dead People, Wolf of Midnight. I read those backwards for some reason. I don't know why. Stick Rider, The Cunt Connoisseur, Kev Dog 1992, Pig Venus, The Beesom, Steve Wentz Studios, Film McCracken, Hero Cultures, Tom from Spokane, OM Gaming, Tariq Brown, Joe from Seattle has a really big peen. Yup, that's still the same. Elite, Magnect, Thornskate, X Machina Gamma, Severin Evans, Mr. Spawning 03, Nick Donegan, White Trouble, Donnie Weston. It's the Catalina freaking wine mixer. Pow, pow, Gob Gobson, Doug Nigsy, Rogue Winter, Bobby Hunter, Hangman for Hire. Gosh, here it is. Here we go. Haha, Joe can't read the name. Gosh, Bezjishikevich. I'm gonna be pissed if that was actually the closest it's been. Grimsy, Gava P, Frost Crystal, Edge Knight 1789, Biogenesis, Eldun the Nooble, Jimmy Chops, Yeah, I Camso, Floppy Pingus 97, Ian in Action, Michael Musial, Mega Key, Jushka, Ghost Ho, The Scruffy Skull, Femtega, The Jojo 6, Ryusagi, Vasco, Matt H. I'm gonna commit a crime. I'm gonna commit exactly 6 crimes. Blue Hook, next page. Mr. Self-Destruct, Raptor Tim. Oh god, Joe has a big, girthy, and thick Steam Deck, you perf. Johnny Bravo, but voice acted by Jennifer Coolidge. Jody Breeze, Lego Batman games are great. That's true. It's objectively true. 19 inches of Venom is my new Marvel Rivals main. Carl Weezer, Snorlax, and hey, it's Maddie, Diego Garcia, McAdvertisement, Demetrius, Papa Giorno, Kibikins, I American Idiot, Boofner, Curbside Anthem sucks. JK, they're great. Yeah, if you want tickets to see Curbside Anthem opening for the queers at the Whiskey Go-Go on February 28th, hit up my Twitter DMs or, shoot me an email, my business email, because we have cheap tickets to that show. You can get them like half price from us. Rebel Blood 80, Seven Christensen, All Games Video, Doofus Discord. Yes, join the Doofus Discord. Console Sims Tears, Binary Deviant, Raven, Blood Rod. Also, Joe, you're awesome. You're breathtaking. Joe, my dude, add me. My Steam is tech. I'm so sorry for all the Steam requests that you've surely gotten in the last few days because of that name. I skipped hentai. It's like hentai except attached to your legs. Ranroy, Mechanical Resonance. I almost read that as My Chemical Resonance. My Chemical Resonance. Extreme the Wolf 7, Toonie Wayne, Jotaku Puddintain, Joey Scoops, Jidge, Proud Doofus Club Enjoyer, Gimme Dat Discord Roll. Joe from Seattle featuring Oha Mark, Hoppus, Westa, Wanna Be Hoba Blood 310 Char. Can't read the other day in a normal voice anymore. Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry. Veg, Rob C, Curtin Allen Spack. Invest in the Doofusy, not corpoplastic boxes. Swax Enjoyer, the Groovy Banana. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious.